These are the latest prototypes of my 2026 sticker collection. Please look forward to that. The release date is on the 12th of this month, and I'll be shipping them around mid-January. So we have these 4 designs. We have the Water Lily Fairy, the Firefly Fairy, the Garden Fairy, and the Love is in the Air Fairy, and these are like a little twist to your basic 4 elements fairies. I am experimenting with this placement for possibly holographic pieces. I'm not too happy with this specific type of holographic, but the idea is there. Are we seeing the vibes? In your January spread, put it in the little corner here like I usually do. A weekly spread. Could have them around here, and the idea was that I really wanted these girls to be somewhat lucky charms that you could take with you into the new year, and I'll have descriptions on exactly what kind of luck they'll be bringing you, so look forward to that. We have such an exciting treat today. As you can see, Arrtx have kindly sent me their new marker set. This is quite a chunky box. As you can see, there's a little bit of a dent, but I don't intend to keep it in this box anyways. Oh wow, I love the feeling of new art supplies. So I have to remove the plastic. There are 4 tiers, oops, 4 tiers of colors. So these are the first. I don't even know if I have space to include all these. At the bottom of the packaging, you can see the full range of colors. Let's rearrange. This is my sketchbook. This is a white pith sketchbook. I've already prepared the swatches, as you can see. So this is with 1 pass of the marker, so they are really opaque already from the get-go. So this is what one of the markers looks like. To open. Right, so just then there was a little bit of spray. A second pass on this one now. That's really impressive how matte it quickly becomes. Let's see if I can get a pretty good range of thin and thick strokes. To best show how these markers perform, I'm going to be doing a speed paint, starting directly from the base where I do a sketch in red. And then the reason why I do a base sketch in red is that the red kind of acts as like an underpainting and also doesn't really interfere with the colors that I lay on top. So here I'm painting the base of the skin and blending the colors out with my finger. I found that the best way to do it. I do experiment with Q-tips here and there, but I just feel like probably because of the heat of the fingers, it's the best to use your hand. And now I'm laying some base colors down. I really enjoy the sound. I really do enjoy painting the hair. That's like my favorite part. And I also really like the sound of this part because these are very like long strokes needed to do these. At this point I realized I really love the flexibility of this nib, and as you can see it helps me get into the really thin parts of the hair and also cover up quite a large portion of space as well. I hope you're liking also this more wide-angled shot of what my workspace looks like. I realize I haven't done a video on it yet. I recently bought this easel, and guys, for any artists out there, or even for writing, oh my goodness, this has been such an upgrade for my posture. I feel like the shrimp effect of creative people, that happens to creative people when working, is really bad, and the desktop easel really did change everything for me. And also look how beautiful it is. Like, even in the background of this, you can see how there's somehow a color scheme going on in my room and workspace. As you can see, I love these blues and greens, and that carries over even into my character. So this is my OC Belle. And now I'm laying down the base colors for the background, and I wanted to do this gradient kind of graphic-y environment around her. I'm also using these brushes. Don't mind them being really dirty. I've had these, I don't know for how many years, surely over a decade long. They've served me so well, and I love the way that they're translucent purple. I don't know where they're from anymore. As I said, I've had them so long. And I did the whole tape trick to keep lines straight for the trees here. I'm adding some details of the branches. Here you can see the beginning of the details start of form of this illustration. Another really good test for acrylic markers is to see how opaque the whites and the light colors are. If they are able to like glide really well on top of the other colors, you can really tell that these are quality pieces, and these have definitely passed the test. I've only did like one pass of this white, and I didn't want it to be totally opaque, but it did a really good job of like lifting that area. Now I'm going in with my trusted Arrtx Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen and doing some thicker line art, and this is just for enhancing like the line variation and giving it that kind of cartoony look. Then topping it off with some more light yellow details. Here you can see the piece starting to really come together. I think for a first painting with these markers, this is quite a successful start. I definitely need more training with this because I am so used to things like alcohol markers. And a moment of silence for this satisfying part. I also wanted to do a test with in a journaling setting, so I'm using this pink pen just to lay some basic shapes down. I'm doing these little birds because I wanted to journal about lovebirds. Yeah, I'm like really simplifying it with this. I'm laying down basic colors and gradually adding on the same process, layering the colors in. I think for these particular birds, I didn't simplify the feathers enough, and so they look extra fuzzy. But you know, gotta try everything. I also really wanted to use this really beautiful sky blue color. It just really spoke to me. I think having a flat background in contrast to a more detailed foreground is a really nice look, and the way that the yellow stands out in front of this blue is really beautiful to me. Again, going in with the Tombow to do some more line refinement, and then going in to do the journal entry with my trusted Twispy Eco. I really like the appearance of these next to each other. I think the texture of the ink looks really nice in contrast with the matte of the acrylic. Overall, these are phenomenal. Like, especially in my case, they've expanded my range of choice so much because the alcohol markers that I've been previously using, there was only a range of about 12 of them, and the flexible nib completely changes how easy they are to use. These are really vivid colors for markers, especially these really light points in the face. The fact that they were able to layer on top of all of the previous existing dark colors that were laid on before is really impressive to me. There were some issues with like splattering. It wasn't like me holding the pen down and it would splatter on the page. It was like upon opening the markers, it would spray on the page, but that's not really a huge issue for me. It's just something to be a bit wary of. Anyways, I wanted to try to do different textures to see like how the brush could easily adapt to like implying a different texture. So here I did like a furry coat type thing, or like a printed pattern on the clothes, and I think the variety of lines that I could get from the same pen were really great. The only issue that I have with these markers is the packaging. It takes up so much space. As you can see, like just from this corner here, it takes up much less space when you store pens this way. The issue with the design of these markers is that if you wanted to store them upright, and you wanted to make sure that the ink kept flowing to the bottom, so that means you would have to store them like this, with the nib pointing towards the table. There's no indicator for the colors. So the best way to kind of solve this issue is to put like a sticker at the bottom that is a color indicator. I think a good solution to this would, as I said, would probably just have to be storing them horizontally, diagonally, in like one of those like pen holders that, for example, Muji has, that are like at a slope so that you can see the side for the color. Also, in the art journaling context, these are so great because they dry so quickly. After you finish like doing your sketch or painting or whatever, you can like straight and go in with your journal entry, and it won't interfere or transfer. As you can see, this page is clean. There's none of the acrylic transferred onto this side, not even the ink. If you're interested in getting your hands on these markers, Arrtx is running a limited time discount for 15% off between December 11th and the 15th. Use the discount code ARBEST60, that's ARBEST60, to enjoy 15% off. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed today's video and the kind of desk setup. Let me know if you like seeing this kind, like those wide-angled shots of me actually doing the work, because I personally also really like those videos of seeing people's workspaces. Yeah, so let me know. Bye-bye! Also, I'm just doing a quick view of my water lily fairy. I love her so much. The idea is that her cape is like the actual lily